In my last video, I broke down some film and talked briefly about how I really like to utilize the jump cut as seen right here to get open and create some easy separation downfield. And JAZ commented asking if football players use the jump cut to get open. And my man Rowan commented saying that one of the best wide receivers ever, Davante Adams, talks about using the jump cut to get open, which I thought was pretty interesting. So I decided to look up that video, and sure enough, Adams uses the jump cut all the time to get open. It's a pretty interesting video, and I'll link it in the description. But so this sort of inspired the title of this video, and I wanted to do a little breakdown of how the jump cut works and how it can be a really important tool to have in your arsenal as an Ultimate player. So I hope you enjoy the video, and P.S. Marquez, if you're listening, I really got to pick your brain on how to make these YouTube edits slightly less tragic. But in any case, enjoy. I decided to take a clip from that video and break down a move that I see a lot on the Ultimate field. So right here, the play has just started, and Davante's first move is this small little hop here. And it doesn't really look like much, but just this small hop can go a long way into setting up an explosive cut. So after this hop, he makes a hard jab with his right leg and gives a really convincing shoulder and head fake to the right. And you can see he plants hard on that foot to burst to his left past the defender. And all it takes really is his defender to commit just a little to that initial juke, and it's game over from there. So we can use this as an example of how we want to set up similar cuts on the Ultimate field. But we'll just play this clip out, and you'll see the defender will just bite just a little bit, and Davante can blow past his left shoulder there. So let's go back to the Frisbee field for a couple of examples of players doing a similar move to Davante Adams, winning the line of scrimmage. So right here, JR has the disc, and Jimmy has a lot of space laterally to make his move, and JR right here is going to make eye contact with Jimmy to signal him that he wants him to make a move to get open. And you can even see him right here coming up signaling to, hey, why don't you make a move and score at that front cone right there. And you can see Jimmy here take a few steps, getting ready to figure out what exactly he wants his move to be before he gets into this hop step right here. And he does a really good job of committing and selling his cut with his head and shoulders and his hips going to the right here as he simultaneously plants with his left leg, specifically on the inside of his left foot, as he loads up that left leg to be able to explode to the counter side. So like I said, all of his upper body from his waist up is giving momentum to the right side here, while at the same time his left foot plants to help him drive to the other side. So we'll see right here, the defender will bite on this fake, but Jimmy will counter and drive to the left side, eventually scoring on the front cone of the end zone. Easy throw out to space there, easy score. Here's another play that I briefly broke down in my last video, but I just wanted to give a little more information about what exactly I'm thinking about as I'm setting up this cut. Like I said, I already see the space that I want to attack right here as I'm jogging up. I'm just reading how my defender is going to play me so that I know how to properly counter his play in order to attack that space. So right here, his body is opened up to force me into this break side of the field, which is correct and what he's supposed to do. But what I see is his body completely face towards me, and what I want to do is I want to attack this top left foot and his left foot and his left shoulder. And so as I'm hopping up on the balls of my feet, I see him backpedaling, and I see this top right foot here. And so what I'm going to do is just plant as I come down with my left foot and really try to, with my first step, burst past his left side. And what that's going to force him to do is open up his hips to follow and chase me. But by then, I'll already be in a straight line sprint past him with all this space for Gooch to lead the throw out to me. So you'll see that right here. So like I said, his foot right here, that's what I'm highlighting. I just want to attack that. Straight line sprint. He's had to open up his hips. And in 2 seconds, we score. So in my opinion, I think the new generation of elite players are masters of the small space. If you watch this game, yes, there are a few hucks, but most of these high level offenses are playing small ball and finding ways to get open in smaller spaces. And that's why I really like this comparison to wide receiver juking a defender off of the line of scrimmage. Because when I first played and started playing Ultimate, I compared getting open in Ultimate to route running in football. But these days, it feels much more like the key to getting open is in the first step from being stationary. And the players with the most creative and elite moves, or quote unquote, like moves off of the line of scrimmage, can be the most dangerous players in Ultimate. With that being said, Ring has a lot of those guys, and Saul is an expert at it. And here was just a sweet play that I found where he jukes his defender with another similar move to what we've been breaking down to get free up line. Another juke here, gets his defender to fully commit. And yeah, got him pretty good there for a nice 15-yard gainer up the line. Another player that is very elite at winning these small spaces is Matt Gouchoohanus. But the difference that Gooch has is he's just very smooth with it. He's never in a rush, and while he can be explosive when he needs to be, his style is much more slippery and elusive. I don't even know how to teach what Gooch does, but he makes it look beautifully easy. And he never really looks like he's trying all that hard. So we'll look at this example of Gooch setting up at the front of the stack and making his elusive and slippery moves. So right there, he gets his defender to bite and commit almost all of his weight to his left foot right there, while Gooch is still nice and perfectly balanced, ready to counter his defender's move. And again, it wasn't anything crazy. It was just one simple move, 1-2, and then burst to the open side, get the disc. Anders Youngst. I don't know if anyone is better at this jump cut first step move than he is. I don't know if anyone's quicker from 0 to 60 than Anders is. So we'll just play this clip real quick. And right there, again, that perfect head, shoulder, hip fake does an amazing job at selling the defender. It's all going to this side. He plants really hard on that inside left foot, and he's just going to go ahead and win this spot to the shoulder and right foot here. And again, because where the defender is trying to face up against him, all Anders has to do is make one fake, burst around him, and now you see the defender is still faced back this way while Anders is already making a beeline straight to that front cone. You can see that took no more than 2 really explosive steps to create enough separation and 10 by 10 box to be able to score with ease right here to the front cone. And here is a good angle to see Durz's footwork as he sets up his cut. And what I like about this clip is that you really get to see him plant on the inside of that foot, and you also get to have a good look at his shin angles. And in order to change direction as quickly and explosively as Durz does, you really have to work to get these shin angles almost to a 45-degree angle to the ground. And you also have to just have a very strong lower body. Really powerful legs. And if you see players like Durz and John Randolph and Jimmy, like we've seen in this video, they all have very, very strong legs that enable them to really push off and explode and change direction as quickly as they do. So a combination of really strong lower body, really good shin angles, planting off that the inner side of that foot, all combined to make Durz a really powerful cutter and really good at changing direction and really good at scoring at that front cone like Durz loves to do. I think players like John Randolph and Anders Youngst are 2 of the very best at executing this type of cut, this hop step, an exploding first step And so I just included a few more clips here at the end just to highlight how good they are at it and how much space they can create and how silly they can make some of their defenders look at times. So enjoy these last few clips of John Randolph and Anders, who are two of the best at doing this sort of cut. One last time to just highlight exactly how John Randolph executes this, especially at the front of the stack. He might be the best in the game right now doing it. Got that little hop step here that you can see, and that hard juke again. They all do it the same way. Shoulders, hips, plant with that inner foot. Get the defender to bite a little bit, and he'll push off here and score easily at this front cone. And again, Anders, same way. The fake, plant, come under, fake, plant, come under, score. And yeah, as you can see, they're a couple of beasts at that cut. So I hope you guys enjoyed this.